We on the podcast, baby.
Club Talk. Jay Brody. Yeah, baby, it's that Club Talk. Yeah, baby, it's that Club Talk. You're now listening to that Club Talk. And now, your host, Jay Brody. 1, 2, 1, 2.
All right, man. Like we said, I'm here in Cincinnati. I used to live here for 3 years. I met this gentleman. I'm not going to disclose where we met at, where we worked at, because you got to protect people.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get fired.
Yeah, can't get this man fired. He's been on here a number of times. I think you said this is number 4?
Yeah, it's number 4.
Number 4? Okay. And when we first met, just to give people a little backstory, because people may be listening for the first time, and they probably didn't see other appearances on the show. I met this dude at the job, and I remember we would have these conversations, and the shit this dude used to say, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? This guy has...
this guy's different.
Yeah, immediately. And immediately I thought of... And this is give people backstory on this show. So originally this show was supposed to be 2 people. The man's name is Bryson Bell, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Bryson Bell, everybody. So when we was talking, I'm like, man, this is a show. This is a show. So for people who don't know, like, the idea of Cloth Talk came from sitting down with him and just talking with him at the job. And I'm like, this dude has a strange, different way of thinking, man. The way he sees the world is this is a show. So I was like, okay, the premise of the show is going to be like, it's 2 guys who are cut from a different cloth and see the world different ways, and it was just going to be banter about that. So that's just to give y'all a little backstory on the whole premise of the show. A lot of people don't know that this started off with a co-host. You was going to be my co-host, so we was going to do this thing together.
First episode was you and I.
Yep.
And from there on out, it was just going to be a show that you and I did together where we just talked.
Yep.
So, but it didn't work out that way. But,
yeah,
hey,
it did.
It's all right.
Obviously, I kept the show going.
Thank you.
But Call Talk has lived on.
Awesome.
Oh, man. All right, we got a lot to discuss, a lot to catch up on, because it's been almost 3 years now since the last time we got together and chopped it up and talked about. Last show, y'all, very controversial one.
Very controversial. Yeah.
Motherfuckers had you was a marked man.
Yeah. I had no idea I was until you told me. I just went about my day like normal. I didn't know people had crosshairs on my forehead and on my back. But it's good to know people were thinking about me. Yeah. Should
we divulge what you was some of the things that you were saying?
Well, we talked a lot about it was. Well, I think back then everything was politically driven. There were a lot of political conversations. At the time,
Trump was running.
Trump was in office. Trump was in office. Black Lives Matter. They were burning down and looting. They were burning down buildings and neighborhoods.
A lot of police protests happening.
Knocking out people, knocking out white people, and just marching in the streets and making millions of dollars. For just basically crying. But that was going on. What else was going on?
Man, damn.
Gas prices were less than $5 a gallon back then. And life was good. Life is still good. Life is great.
We talked about victim blaming.
Victimhood.
There was a lot of shit, man.
Just take a responsibility for your life. Your decisions, not pointing the finger at people and looking in the mirror.
I think what happened. That's what the title of the episode was too. Look in the mirror. I think what happened, like we were talking about before we started recording when I first got here, is that what happens in the black community a lot of the times when it comes to certain general ideals, we would like or assume to see that all black people march in the same direction, and we should stand on certain things when it comes to injustices or white people this and all that, and just like, hey, we all need to fight this fight together. This is our fight. So when you came on and said what you said on all the topics that we were talking about, you went against damn near
99.9%.
Yeah, like you did a complete. It was like, yo, and it came off like, dude is not with us. He's not.
That's correct. I'm not with you.
See?
I'm not with you at all.
So, do you still feel this way? Like, have you changed your thought process? Have things changed for you since since 3 years ago? Like, do you still hold to these truths?
Yeah, I mean, I still don't feel, and I think that's the difference between me and most of the black community. They go off their feelings. It's right away. I don't feel good about that. Something feels wrong about that. Where I look at the facts. I look at the numbers. I look at the whole picture. I don't just rush to assumptions. I always like to know the facts. And I don't feel. I believe what I believe, and I'm going to continue to believe that.
Yeah, and I think I shared reshared a clip from that episode where you was I think we was talking about I think it was the victim blaming thing, and you were saying something that something to the fact that it's not other people doing holding us back, or like it's their fault that we're not succeeding. Is that you think it's the other people who look like us that are telling you can't do something, you can't achieve something, because you started naming people like I'm Sharp and Don Lemons and the Maxine Waters of the world. You started like naming these people like somehow they made it, but they're telling you can't. Right.
And I'm gonna say not all, but most of the black millionaires you see, the ones that are successful, are the same ones telling us why we can't be successful. And I see a lot of that. And again, not all, but most. The Al Sharptons, the LeBron James, the Don Lemons, just these successful black people that have it all. They want to convince you that you can't get it. You can't get it the way they have it because you're black. And it's just not right.
Yeah. How do you look at this? Is a general curiosity I have for me. Like now reflecting on that podcast, and just you as a person, how do you look at the black community as a whole? Like, what is
not whole? I look at the black community as a whole as not whole at all. We're not a whole pie. You know what I mean? Like we're broken into sections. We're not together. On basic things. Yeah. We're still trying to figure out the most basic things about life. Growing up in a 2-parent household, going to school, graduating, getting an education, getting married before you have kids, not having kids out of wedlock, and things like that. Yeah.
So you see, as it stands today, that the black community, everyone's just broken off. Like there's no cohesive.
You have your gangs. I would say you have your Black Lives Matter gang. You have your gang that's just victim blaming. You have your other gang that's just multi-millionaires, the elites. Then you have your gang that's lower class. That's the lower class looks up to the elites. Yep. And the elites are telling the lower class that they can't do things because they're lower class. You're where you're at right now because of the color of your skin, because of poverty where you're at. So you can never get to where we're at. But the elites are the ones that are saying, I grew up in a single parent household. I grew up in the hood. And I did all this. I worked so hard to get where I'm at now. But you can't do that. You can't do what I did because you're where you're at. Somehow I did it. but you can't do it. And then the lower class believes that, and then it's a ripple effect. And they teach their kids, and it just you got to break the chain.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? I just wanna like spit out some things that people were saying about you from last episode. I just want you to give me your thoughts on it. Okay. Like when people call you Uncle Tom. He's not a real brother. I bet he only dates white women. I just remember things people said. I'ma fuck him up.
I love that one. That's my favorite one.
Is that the physicality?
Yeah.
They're gonna see you in person.
Right.
I'ma pull up.
Right. I love that.
That's right. What up?
Talk dirty to me. Talk dirty to me, baby.
You're not scared, are you?
No, not at all.
Has anyone pulled up on you to this day?
No, I'm still waiting.
Still waiting?
I'm still waiting.
Okay. Well, if anyone out there has the courage.
Here I am.
Yeah,
right.
Not hiding. But yeah, Uncle Tom, not a real brother. He's a piece of shit. Who the fuck he think he is to say these type of things? I'ma fuck him up. I bet he's probably a troll. He's not trolling. He's not real. He's just saying those things to get a reaction. All those type of like when you hear these type of things, how do you take that?
It's all noise. That's all noise, man. I mean, it's just
Uncle Tom doesn't bother you.
No,
You're not a real brother.
If you study the history of Uncle Tom, he was actually a great leader. If you actually the truth, but that's my point. We as a community, we just take these labels. We don't really know the history of them. We just throw the label because that's just what we've done for so long.
Yeah. Rather
than actually studying the history of Uncle Tom, studying the history of these people that you slander their names without really knowing what they've actually accomplished.
Yeah.
So no, it doesn't bother me at all.
None of those things.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious. I love it.
Do you feel a part of the black community? Or do you feel like you're like an outsider?
No, I don't feel like I'm an outsider. I just feel like I don't feel, but I believe different things. I have a different mindset.
Why do you think that is though? Because you're an anomaly. Like there's not many people that we know of, at least publicly. You know what happens? Some people may but hold on to the things that you hold on to, but they don't outwardly publicly say it because they're scared of the backlash of like what happened to you. They came after you hard, but that doesn't faze you. If anything, that probably motivates you. Like, why are you an anomaly in that sense? Like, you just don't give a fuck.
No, it's just experience. It's based on what I've experienced, what I've studied.
No one ever punched you in the fucking mouth?
No. I mean, I have been punched in the mouth. I have been,
but not because
robbed.
of what you said.
No, I have been robbed. I've been, shot at.
Dang.
I've been, there's a lot of things that I've grown through.
Yeah.
But no, it's just a part of life, man. Just all experience.
So, but you never get like, maybe I shouldn't go there because I'm not trying to deal with all this shit. Like, if I say this publicly, now people gonna be in my inbox, the comments, the death threats, like my cousin with you. Like, it's just, I'm like, yo, this shit getting crazy. Like, like, why is it going this far?
And I really don't think I'm saying or doing anything that's outrageous.
But you gotta understand the people who you saying it to.
Yeah.
It's different, like, and that's why I titled the episode "Look in the Mirror," because it's different, especially like within the quote unquote black community. Like, if you're saying something that it's a lot of pro this, pro that, and pro this, and then you have someone who you assume like, oh yeah, he's going to be pro, and then you say like, nah. I'm gonna fuck him up.
Right.
How can you not get down with this? You supposed to. You like, I don't have to, and I don't care. Like, I find that very. Number one, it takes a lot of fucking balls.
Yeah.
You gotta be super confident and well versed of what you're standing against, and not just going with the flow just because the herd is.
Exactly. That sheep mentality. I'm not a sheep. I'm a lion, and I always I want the facts before I jump to conclusions. I want the facts before I get emotional. I want the facts before I start getting my feelings and yelling and screaming and blaming and pointing fingers. I want to look in the mirror, and then I want to look at the facts.
Yeah, look at the facts.
And then I want to look at the people who aren't looking at the facts and tell them to shut the hell up. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do.
So you welcome the debates and all that stuff and the jousting going back and forth?
At this point, not really. I mean, at this point...
Because you used to go heavy. You used to be into it.
I used to,
but...
like,
he's still going. It's like 2 days.
Yeah, but I will, but at this point, it's just pointless now. They're just stuck in their ways.
Yeah.
You know, it's just... What's the point of repeating myself over and over? I can throw all the facts.
Mm-hmm.
I can throw all the data and numbers.
Yes.
And it won't matter.
Yes. Speaking of
it's
data,
going to make them even more upset.
Speaking of data and numbers, you even on the last episode, I think you brought out a stat that when Trump was in office, that he had did more for women than any other country, and that started a whole. Then women got on your ass about that, and you said, just look at the facts.
Yeah, look at the numbers, man. I mean, I still have some numbers and statistics and whatnot. I just I don't memorize them, but a lot of the things I've said are true.
Mm-hmm. Why? Here's a better question. Why does the truth hurt? That shit hurt, man. No one accept it.
Well, the truth challenges you.
Yeah,
it challenges you. It makes you put things in perspective. It makes you look in the mirror and question yourself. And people don't want to question themselves. They're called ego, you just gotta let go of your ego.
How did you get to that point, though? Like, what were you one of those everything pro black I'm just riding with just because I'm black and I got it? Was you that before, or have you always been like, you know what? Let me look at what the real numbers are saying about whatever the hoopla is about.
Not always.
You was one of those everything black I'm just riding with.
No, I was never that. I was never that.
That's what I'm saying.
But
was there a transition for you?
There was a point where I just said, you know what, I'm not right with this. But for a while, I would just go with the sheep. Same with when Obama ran for president.
Did you vote for Obama?
Yeah, I voted for him, but I didn't really. It's like, why else would I want to vote for the guy? There's videos. Young Jeezy comes out with a video. My president's black. Yeah. I love Young Jeezy. I love the guy. So everything he said, I wanted to do. Motivation. Yeah. My president's black. Yeah, my president's black. But I didn't really know the facts. I didn't really know anything about Obama. And then the person I was with, she was black. She was voting for. There were so many people voting for him just because he was black, and I was one of them. And then I realized after the fact, like, this guy doesn't fucking care about me. Care about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't care about the black community at all. That's when I started really just asking questions and not just jumping on the bandwagon just because I'm black. And every other black person's doing it. So and then when Trump ran, that's when I really started to look around and start researching and asking questions, because everybody was attacking this guy.
Yeah.
Why is everybody attacking Trump? Why is he such a... First he was a clown, and then when it started to look like he was going to become president, that's when
it started to shift.
Shift. He's a racist, he's this, he's that. I'm like, well, hold on. Yeah. That's when it really started to make me want to just start researching and doing my due diligence.
Do you think if most people wasn't scared to face backlash, they would share similar truths that you have?
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree.
Because they got their family. You don't want to say the wrong thing. You don't want to share your certain beliefs you may have.
Don't want to ruffle the feathers.
Exactly. Exactly. And I just don't care. I've always been like that, where I'm just like, instead of me sharing my opinion, I'd rather just stay away. Or if I do share my opinion, and then people argue with me, then I just know I just can't be around you. You know what I mean? So. But as I've gotten older, man, it's just.
Is there anything you won't say that you won't speak on? Is there an opinion or something that you believe in that you like? I'm just gonna keep that for me. Or do you anything you'll just talk about and share your opinion on mostly anything?
I'll share my opinion on pretty much anything.
There's no boundary.
No.
Jesus Christ! Really?
Yeah.
Fuck wrong with you?
I mean, we're adults.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. I'm not a hermit. You know what I mean? I'm not.
You'll share your opinion on anything publicly and face whatever comes with that.
Exactly.
Even if he was a political figure.
Yeah.
I love it. Let's do this. We're going to take a quick break because we got to play some music. Let the people know, because we got a lot more to talk about. We just still recapping from the last episode with what people were saying about you. Because people still, like I said, people still ask me about that episode, and you in particular, like, yo, dude, he just trolling. He can't believe this shit. I'm like, he does. This is him.
I'm
like,
real.
That's like, he believes all this stuff. So let's take this break, man. We're gonna come back. Let the people know where they can find you and follow you and that, all that good stuff. And
don't find me. I'll find you.
Everything will be in the link in the description. So I will have all your social media, email, phone number.
Great. Go ahead and dox me.
That's right. So you see that now you can't double back. You just said you willing to say it publicly, so you gotta. Okay. You can't run from it. Give it to him.
Give him what?
Your social media. You can't say it and run from it.
Oh yeah, you can find me on Instagram.
Don't pussy out there, motherfucker.
Okay. I thought you were gonna do it, Mr. BD Bell on Instagram. Bryson Bell on Facebook. You can find me wherever.
What's that? We got Miss Bell behind the scenes. Y'all can't see her. Did he miss one? No? Okay.
We're good.
Alright. Oh. Something aesthetically she noticed that probably women eyes can catch. We'll be right back right here on Club Talk Podcast.
Fly in a bitch, said I'm fly in a bitch. Smooth nigga, let's go. I'm retro, bring it back, see the dress code. I'm fresh though, Willie Esco, cold for the breeze. Shine make 'em blind when I roll up my sleeves. Eyes on the prize from the door till I leave. Shorty wanna ride, play me close, let me breathe. Let it breathe, yeah. It's more than a lifestyle, yeah. Take notes, nigga, write down, yeah. We don't fall for the hype, but you need it in your life, not now, baby, right now. Yeah, blue label with the ice cube. My soundtrack got a nice groove. Yeah, so enticed by the drip, they admit shit slick, even if they don't like you. Style and the grace in the place. Murder is the case. Spend a couple dollars, but you can't buy taste. Road to success, baby, y'all in the race. Killer instinct, shorty, ain't nobody safe. Got them all looking clueless. New swag, nigga, who's this? Yeah, got them all looking clueless. New swag, nigga, who's this? Smooth shit.
Drip so cold, neck to my toes, nigga, this I know. Y'all know the time and the shit I'm on. Style of them niggas all day, rock on. Drip so cold, neck to my toes, nigga, this I know. Y'all know the time and the shit I'm on. Style of the niggas all day, rock on.
Alright, we are back right here on Talk Podcast. I forgot to say in the beginning, if you haven't already subscribed, follow, likes, drop a comment, share this podcast, all that good stuff, please make sure you do that. Help your boy out and all that good stuff. Alright, we're back. Like I said, we're in Cincinnati. For my viewership, who's probably looking and like, yo, this is not where the hell is he's at? We're in Bryson's place. By the way, Airbnb place. This is a nice setup.
Thank you,
man. Like,
it's hot as fuck up here though. It's crazy.
Well, you gonna take care of that as far as the heat thing. But yeah, man, we gonna talk about that Airbnb, how you got into that space a little later on. But like we said, we're still catching up on like what's been going on since 3 years, since that time we sat down. So, all right, man, you was in jail. Let's get right to it.
I was in jail, man.
So
I was in the pen.
Take us on how did you end up in jail? Give us the whole time frame, because we're still unpacking what's been going on with both of us since 3 years ago. Right. So jail happens. How? Give us the story.
Well, there was a DV that happened, domestic violence, and I didn't do anything, but I was accused of doing something.
Yes. And
I ended up having to go to jail. Actually, no, I didn't have to go to jail. I actually turned myself in. It was actually on a Friday where it happened, and I figured me turning myself in would look good on me.
So the alleged incident happened on a Friday. You turned yourself in the same day.
Well, the incident happened on Friday.
Okay.
And then I realized that, hey, if I turn myself in, because my mindset was if I turn myself in early, then I could get out the same day. But I found out while I was in jail that if you turn yourself in on a Friday, you're not getting out till Monday. So I'm in there. I'm in jail for the weekend.
Damn.
The whole time when I turn myself, I'm smiling the whole time. Everything's great. Officers, I didn't do anything, but this all get worked out overnight. Yeah. I'll be out the next day. Everything's fine. And then find out later, hey, I'm stuck here until Monday.
Damn.
But yeah, actually, so everything did work out. I was able to get out. It was dismissed. So everything worked out. But with that came a custody dispute because of the DV.
Well, hold on. Let's slow down.
Okay.
When you got accused of the situation, for you, did you? Because you maintain that you said that you were innocent in that situation. Did you say to yourself like this? Like, did it make you feel a little like, what the fuck, yo? Like, this ain't cool. Like, this ain't who I am. Did you feel a little way about how the whole thing played out? Like,
Not really.
I don't want to. I'm not trying to. Why am I being labeled as this guy and I'm not that guy?
Right. No, I never looked at it like that. I looked at it like I put myself in this position to.
So you took responsibility.
Yeah, I took immediate.
Okay.
Responsibility for everything.
No resentment.
No resentment. I just looked at the situation like, hey, well, if I would have got out sooner, if I would have let the situation sooner, or if I would have just responded differently, not reacted, I wouldn't be in the situation. So I never looked at it as me being angry at the person that accused me or being angry at the officers. I never looked at it like, hey, they're only arresting me because I'm a man and she's a woman or because I'm black.
None of that.
The cops were totally respectful because I was respectful to them. And again, there were really no issues. I was upset at the fact that I was in that position. But
let's not pay attention to the fact like this is like those type of claims in DV that can ruin your fucking life.
Oh yeah.
Like, career done.
It's ruined
like,
many a lives.
That's what I was saying. Like, because like you're literally up against this shit can really ruin you if this shit go left. Like, that didn't cross your mind? Like, shit. Like, my whole life is... You're just like, I'm innocent, so...
Exactly.
Look, listen, officers, here's what happened. I'm here to...
turn myself in. I just knew, when you know. When you just... Okay. When you have your ducks in a row.
You're better than most men. Most men are like, whoa.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Like, you went to the belly of the beast?
That's what I did. I walked through the fire. I walked through the fire.
Wasn't scared of losing the job, career, house, none of that?
No, because my goals are so big, or just a job isn't going to make or break me. You know what I mean? So I understand things in life happen. Yeah. Trials and tribulations, but it's how you respond. Yeah. It's how you respond. We all have, different. We all have to deal with the thunderstorms, the rain, the blizzards, we all have to deal with that. It's how you respond to it. It's how you come out of it. And that's been my mentality for a long time now.
Tell me about this, before we move into the custody thing with your son, which I think is a very interesting story. But your weekend in jail, those 3 days. What y'all? Huh?
I've never been to jail. I've been to 2020 once when I was 15 years old. But I've never been to actual prison.
Was that like a culture shock for you? Like, now you in this jumper suit?
No, actually, I wasn't in the jumper. They had me in a holding cell.
Holding cell. Yeah. Oh, so you wasn't like in, as they call it, population.
I wasn't with population. I could see the population, but they just had me in my own room alone. So technically, I was locked up, but I wasn't like in prison. You know what I mean?
In a holding cell.
Exactly, for the weekend. Yeah. But just being alone in a small room by myself.
What are you thinking? Like,
really, I just thought about my choices leading up to that, and I thought about what I could do to maximize my time while I was in here. So what I would do is I would work out, I would role play, I would look in the mirror, I would practice, greeting people and introducing myself and building rapport. The food was great. I really enjoyed the food. It was actually a really good experience.
Really?
Besides me just being stuck. Yeah. I couldn't leave, but that was really the only thing that I didn't like.
So you made the most of it.
Yeah, I made the most of it, actually. Yeah. And then when I came out, I went right back to... I was better. I was stronger. I was sharper. Wow. It was actually... And the food was great. I still can't stop thinking about the food. The food was delicious.
Tell me what they had for you.
They had Salisbury steak with pinto beans and broccoli. And it was delicious.
This is out here in Cincinnati.
The food was delicious. I mean,
pinto beans.
I love pinto beans.
That's right.
And the breakfast wasn't really all that. They give you an apple and an orange and maybe a juice or something. But then I always look forward to the dinner. 'Cause I'm like, what am I going to have today? You know, Salisbury steak, and they had chicken, and it was great. I really didn't want to leave, to be honest. It was great. Now, the worst part about my experience there, I would have to say, was Sunday when the church came in to basically go over scripture with the population. It was torturous for me. I couldn't take it. I'm just like, they were downstairs singing, and I'm not religious.
All right.
So it's like all the
we gonna talk about that too.
Yeah, all the praising and hallelujah, and I'm just like, oh, get me the fuck out of here, please. It was probably the worst experience I ever had in my life.
Damn.
Just listening to that.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Damn. So you made it through those 3 days of that weekend. Wow. Yeah. All right, man. Okay, so 13 years custody battle with to get full custody of your son. 13 years is a long fucking time, obviously. So how old is your son now?
He's 13 years old. So
pretty much you were fighting for full custody.
The day he came out the womb, I was like, in court.
Yes. And I remember, the first time we met when I used to live here, when we met at the job. That's when I first met you. I remember you talking about how much you hated your baby mother, your child's mother.
Oh, no.
Yes, you did.
I don't think I ever said I hated her. No.
You wasn't saying very nice things, good sir.
Okay.
I
can see myself or hear myself not saying good things about her, but never hate.
Yeah, I don't think I'm probably embellishing, but you wasn't very happy with this one. You didn't have very good things to say about her.
Well, it wasn't really her, it was the third party. It was the one that was controlling the situation.
Yes.
Someone that shouldn't have really been involved to begin with, but I was more upset with myself.
Yeah.
You know, whenever I talk about my experience with custody and just fighting for my rights, my parental rights, I always look at myself like, okay, well, I put myself in this position. You know, because if I look at it that way, then I can control it. If I'm blaming, if I'm saying I hate this person or this person's fault, I lose responsibility. I lose accountability. So I've always been more upset with myself that I made the decision to even lay down.
But
you know,
can't take it back. Well, he's
so,
here now. So
what can I do to better myself in order to move forward?
So let me ask you this. So the moment that you knew that you were having a son and going to be a father, did you instantly or automatically know, like, I want to have full custody of my son? I don't want to have nothing to do with her.
No. Initially, when I realized I was going to be a father, my mindset was, well, we're going to be a family.
So you wanted the whole family then?
Yeah. We're going to be a family. We're going to raise him together.
You had those hopes.
Total opposite happened.
Of course.
Opposite happened. So that's when I realized, like, hey, because at the time I didn't have a license, I didn't have a car, I had a job, but I caught a bus everywhere. You know what I mean? I didn't have a GED, I didn't have anything that would help me take care of my son.
Right.
And the third party realized that and basically just put herself in a position to take over, and the mother allowed it to happen, and then
that's when things kind of...
Then I got edged out. Right. They tried to edge me out.
But you would give up.
Couldn't get rid of me.
What made you want to, like, because, let's be honest, most fathers wouldn't, sad to say, give a fuck that much to, let alone want full custody of their child, but fight that long. Year in, year out, like, constantly wanting that. For you, what motivated that level of fight for you? Because most dads and most guys would be like, all right, man, I ain't trying to go through this bullshit. Like, I'll just see him on weekends. Fuck this shit. Like, this is too much. I ain't trying to go over it. And as we know, the system isn't in most men's favor. Right. So for you, why'd you have that level of fight?
Well, for one, my dad, growing up, my dad never, in my mind, my dad didn't really fight for us. He didn't fight to have me around. He didn't fight to establish himself and put himself in a position where his kids could be with him every day. They could live with him. They could basically just talk to him every day. And my dad was more of a rolling stone. He would pick us up. I got 3 brothers. Okay. Well, 2 brothers now. One passed away. But he would pick us up and just drop us off at a woman's house and just leave.
Damn.
And then just come back later on that night or come back the next day. And
wasn't really involved.
It wasn't really involved. Don't get me wrong. He had his moments where he would pick us up, take us to the arcade. But there were, more often than not, there were times where he would make promise to get us groceries, and we would show up. Me and my brothers and my mom pulled up at the grocery store waiting on him, and he would never show up.
Dang.
You know, and back then I would just say to myself, I don't want to be like him. You know what I mean? If I ever have a kid, I don't want to be like this.
Yeah.
I want to keep my promises, and I'm not going to be a part-time parent.
I like that.
So when my son was born, I guess I didn't have a license, I didn't have a car. I had
no
a GED.
position to be a father.
Exactly. But once he was born, I realized, and plus the fact that I knew I was going to have to fight this third party, something just like clicked. I got my license, got my car, you know, I just started making moves to put myself in a position to be a great father, be the best father I can be, the best man I could be first, and then be the best father.
All right, so fast forward 13 years of fighting, and then finally the day comes. Yeah. Walk us through that.
Well, here's the thing. I never wanted custody to begin with.
Really?
I never wanted full custody.
What was you after?
I just wanted time.
They call this parental rights.
I had parental rights, but I was being denied those rights. I was being denied time.
Gotcha.
The most important thing for me was just time.
So you were really fighting for time.
I just wanted more time with my son. You know what I mean?
So how did this full custody thing happen?
The DV.
I'm still trying to figure out how these parallel and actually help. Because that's obviously a serious thing, and you know, it's like, oh, wait a minute, give him his son,
right?
He's a great man,
right. Because I was totally fine with every other weekend. I was fine with every other weekend, but I wasn't getting them every other weekend. Plus, I wanted more time.
Explain how this DV charge works.
Well, my son he was in the home at the time. He didn't see what happened, but he was present in the home. And because he was present in the home, then Job and Family Services, they get involved automatically.
Okay.
Because there's a minor child in the home.
Got you.
So basically, the Job and Family Services were trying to make me have supervised visits. So they didn't want me to have alone time with my son. They wanted it to be supervised, and they wanted the third party grandmother to have full custody.
Sounds like she never liked you.
Right. Never liked me because I wouldn't go away. You know, I wouldn't bow down. I wasn't a sheep. The mother, she had custody, which she should have never had to begin with, but Job and Family Services was fighting for grandmother to get custody. And basically we went through a couple of years where they were just trying to adjudicate me, trying to prove that somehow I neglected my son during this DV. And fortunately with COVID really slowed down the courts and really slowed everything down to the point where they just finally, they couldn't prove it. Yeah. They could just go off with what people were saying, going off what the child's saying or what other parties are saying. Yeah. That's the thing with family law. You really don't need facts. You really don't need evidence.
For real?
If you're Job and Family Services.
Really?
Yeah.
So they could just make statements and
they can make statements. They can alter things, and they can just, because they have so much power.
Wow.
Where you can't.
No one's going to combat it.
You can't fight.
So they can literally create a narrative, and that's it.
Exactly.
Damn.
Yeah.
You got no chance of winning,
right?
Buddy.
Exactly.
It's
so
a wrap for you.
That's what I'm saying. Fortunately, and I had attorneys and I paid thousands of dollars.
You lawyered up.
Yeah, to defend my character. But ultimately, COVID is what got them to focus on other cases because they knew they didn't have anything with this case. But I wasn't going to give out. I was going to keep fighting. Yeah. But fortunately, with me meeting different social workers, and I had one social worker who was an angel. You know, she vouched for us. Nice. She vouched for me, and basically they closed the case, and then somehow they stayed involved, Job and Family Services, and they convinced the grandmother to file for custody, and the mother was willing to give the grandmother custody. So you got this whole group of people that are basically saying grandmother should get custody. Yeah. And I'm saying no, I'm not okay with that. All right. So we
outnumbered though.
I'm outnumbered, and I got GALs. I've got attorneys on the other side fighting against me. Yeah. But fortunately, the law was on my side. You know, as a natural parent, I have constitutional rights, and I fought, defended my character, and proved that I was a fit parent. They couldn't prove me unfit.
So their whole position was they had to prove you as an unfit parent
with the DV.
Right.
And
they couldn't prove
it. The DV was dismissed.
Wow.
And I proved that, hey, I'm a fit parent.
God damn. So now you got full custody of your son.
Yeah.
What does that feel like, man? Like you beat a system that most men ain't. It's like, yo, don't even try to fight this. You just stop. Right. Like, just take the weekend visitations and move on.
Right.
Like you are once again an anomaly. Like you fought something and you got more than what you wanted.
Right.
Did you feel any sense of like gratification with that, or like, holy shit, like this possible?
It felt like it should have happened a long time ago. So I wasn't ecstatic. I wasn't jumping up and down.
I would have had I would have been popping bombs. I would do a celebration party. I would call all the homies over. Yo, man, I got full custody of my boy. We will celebrate this because that doesn't go in men's favor a lot of times. And I don't have kids myself, obviously, but if I'm putting myself in that position, that would be a very joyous occasion for me. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it was a great moment. It was a great feeling, but it felt like it should have happened a long time ago, and I'm glad that it finally did happen. Yeah. And it was go back to work. You know what I mean? It was right back to it. You know, the grind doesn't stop. So things have been great with him being here. I can see his growth. We've done a lot. You know, he's come a long way since he's been with me, which is maybe 8 months. It's been about 8 months since I've had full custody. Yeah, so it's going great, man. I mean,
3 months, correction.
3 months, but it's going great. So far, so good.
Do you care how the grandma feels?
No.
Wait, do you allow them to have visitation rights? Because now it's reversed. Now you have. Then, like you say, now I have control over the situation.
Yeah. I don't.
Do you allow? Yeah. Because it's flipped now.
Right.
That would suck if I'm on the flip. I gotta ask this motherfucker I don't like. Can I see my grandbaby?
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Right. But
give me my grandson.
Yeah.
Don't fucking ask you for shit. Now it's reversed because you got the control.
Yeah.
Do you abuse that power?
No, not at all. I have
just to be spiteful a little bit, like all that shit you put me through, you grinding bitch.
No, because I look at it like it was growth for me. You know, I had my moments where I had anger. And
you let all that go.
Not so much let it go. It just doesn't.
That anger.
It doesn't control me. You know what I mean? It doesn't control my life. It doesn't dictate what I do or don't do.
Yeah. So you allow them to.
Yeah. She gets more time with him than they gave me. So
you being gracious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it.
Wow, that's. Damn, we don't hear those success stories, especially when men going against the court and then battling another charge.
Yeah, right.
That's weird how that shit actually helped that situation.
It helped. I got custody because of the DV.
That is weird. Yeah. That should have happened. You should have been at the camp.
Right.
Well, you wasn't at the camp, but Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, amazing.
All right. Abortion. Let's do it.
Let's
into the next thing. We don't stop here on Cloth Talk Podcast. Or should we take a break to come back and talk about abortion? Because that was a lot.
No, we don't take breaks.
No breaks?
From a different cloth here.
All right, let's go.
Cut from a different cloth, baby. Let's go.
All right. Abortion. You have an opinion, an unpopular opinion on abortion. I believe personally that no man should have a place to tell a woman what she could, or what she should and should not do with her body. Personally, that's just what I feel and believe. You have a different perspective with that in terms of if we're solely speaking on the topic of abortion. Explain your thought process.
Well, it's not her body. If you have another body inside of you, is it still your body?
It is.
How?
It's now the child's body?
Well,
what are you saying?
You have another person inside of you, so it's not just your body that you're looking after, it's someone else's.
I gotta disagree.
Why do you disagree?
I gotta disagree with you on this. The only reason why I'm disagreeing with this is because, yes, she's carrying another life inside of her. But ultimately, she can make the decision as herself to do whatever she decides to do and chooses what's best for her. What's best for him or her inside of me is that I control that. It's the reality of it. Like, if you think of, like, let's say, for example, if a woman can have health complications, Hey, doctor tells you if you have this baby, you could probably die. All right, terminate pregnancy. Oh, I got raped. I don't want this. You gotta go. You know, this certain. Cause it's more than just like, oh, you got pregnant, you gotta have it. I don't believe or subscribe to that. So I always believe that it's a case by case scenario, obviously. But I think what you're looking at is just the fact that she's carrying a life form inside of her, and obviously you'll expound on your reasoning why. And I think that you're probably like just looking at that part of it. I don't know.
Well, you gotta look at the examples you gave. The examples you gave are very, very rare. Those are
not really.
I mean, a majority of abortions are from women who just don't want to have a kid because it's an inconvenience. I'm going to school. I'm going to do this. I want to be this. I can't. So
you're talking about a subset of people.
The majority of abortions are because they just don't. It's an inconvenience.
Gotcha. Okay,
Now,
I hear you.
I would agree that
I hear you.
It would complicate her life.
Yeah.
If it puts her life in danger.
You understand?
I understand.
Yeah. You talk about people who are just being irresponsible.
People are just fucking.
Okay, I hear you. Now. I got
just
you.
like getting pregnant just for the fun of it. You know what I mean? Just like you gotta be responsible.
You gotta pop this pussy, right?
Exactly. Right. Which comes back around to
what they call it, hot girl summer.
Right. Right. Exactly.
I gotta get this money.
Right.
How much money you got, Daddy?
But it comes back around. Right. Comes back around to personal accountability.
Yeah.
You know, nobody wants to be accountable for their actions, so I'm just gonna get rid of it.
So your problem is mainly the lack of responsibility.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Correct.
Okay.
And,
I agree.
I don't think it's fair to the child. You say him or her. You didn't say fetus. You didn't say clump of cells. So you acknowledge that it's a person. So you acknowledge that person should have rights.
Yeah. So let's put a scenario together. Let's say if it was a woman and a guy had a one night stand. Good dude. They hit it off. Had a good time. And she tells him that, hey, I got pregnant during that one night stand. And he's like, hey, you know what? We don't know each other like that, but I'm okay with it. I want to be involved. And she's like, I don't want that. Who would be? So would you look at that and say she's in the wrong?
Yes. Because if she decides to have the child and the man says, oh, I don't want kids. Well, how am I going to take care of him? You need to pay child support. I'm not paying child support. Then you would say, he's a piece of shit.
Yes, that's how it would go.
Exactly.
Right.
And then he's a deadbeat dad. He's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So where do we draw the line? You know what I mean? If a woman can have a child and the father doesn't want it, but he's responsible for paying child support. But if a man wants a child and a woman doesn't want, she can just kill it.
Damn.
You know, and that's the point I'm making.
I see.
Why does she have the right to decide if I want it or not? She can kill it. She doesn't want it, she can kill it. She wants it. He's obligated to support it.
Whatever her decision is, he got to live with it.
Exactly.
Even if he wants to be involved.
Exactly.
And she's like, no, I don't want it.
Right.
Or if he doesn't, and she said, well, fuck it, I'm gonna have it anyway. Now he's in 18 years, buddy.
Exactly.
Run that.
Right. And you got some men, like you said earlier, some men
they want to be involved.
They want to be involved, and they're not allowed to be involved. You know what I mean? And you have some men who don't want to be involved, and they're forced to be involved anyway. You know what I mean? So if you're not involved, you lose your license. It shows up in your credit.
Yeah.
You know, you can't get a job at certain places. You become a felon.
Yeah.
But what if a woman decides, oh, I don't want to have a kid. I'm just going to kill it.
Yeah.
She gets applauded. You know,
that's right.
Congratulations, you're so strong.
You go, girl.
You're so powerful.
Yeah.
You know,
I heard a abortion story where the girl had got pregnant and she decided to have the abortion because the guy she was with, and this is a relationship she's in with this guy. She said she had got an abortion because she felt like he would not be a good father, and she didn't want to raise a child with a man who she thought could not be the father that she wanted her child to have. and it's there in a full blown relationship, not a one night stand, not like some random dude. Like we're together.
Right.
I'm like, damn. Because like I don't feel like you'll be fit father, so no, I don't want to have a family with you. But we're in a relationship.
Right.
Relationship over at that point for you?
Hell yeah! Immediately. Yeah. Right. Because you admitted to me that you're a murderer. You know, I don't want to have this kid, so I'm just going to murder. I don't think you're responsible. I don't think you're ready. Who gives you that right to decide? And so when women say they don't have the same rights as men, you got more rights than men. Because you can decide whether you want to give life or take it. It starts with you. Men don't have that right.
Let's reverse it. If a woman got pregnant and she asked the guy, "What do you think we should do?" Do you think most men would be prepared to make that decision?
Most men, yes.
Really?
Most.
Because I don't think most men are given that option, or even ask that question like, "Hey, I'm pregnant. Like, what you want to do?" And they're like, "Whoa, like,
they're not.
Isn't it like hey, you can decide that? Why you it's like?"
Right. Now ask yourself why.
Why don't men get that option?
Yeah. Why aren't women asking men?
What should I do?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know. That's a good question. We gotta talk to the women. Yeah. Any thoughts, Amy? Even though the mic can't pick you up, I'll put like a little text box.
In the example you gave, she should have thought about not getting pregnant. She knew him. She's with him, right? She knows what he's about.
Yeah.
It's very easy to prevent.
Yeah. If you know you don't have a family with this guy. Yeah. But you do think if it was flipped, if women asked men more, hey, what do you think we should do? Most men would be prepared to.
I would say it's hard to say now because so many men are so feminized now. You know what I mean? It's just
a lot of spineless,
a lot of betas, a lot of beta males out there. So
you got a problem with the beta males?
Yeah. So it's too many beta males. So, I would say a majority of men would say, "I'm ready." Yes. Let's have it. Majority of men would. But it's hard to say though, man. It's 50-50.
It's not a lot of evidence.
Because you got some men that say, yeah, but you never know what the woman's going to do. You never know. Because you got to think back in the 60s, you know, the man was taken out of the household. The woman was incentivized to marry the government. If you get rid of the man, then we'll take care of the child for you. We'll take care of you. So it's hard to say, man, because that's still happening.
Yeah.
So
it is.
So even if a man wants to be involved, like me,
right,
I was still edged out by the system.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I fought the system for 13 years, thousands of dollars,
right.
You know, tens and thousands of dollars.
It's crazy, man.
So, and the only way I ended up getting my son was by being locked up in the system. I was locked up in the system. That was the only way, and the system really focused on me. But again, the law prevailed. The law was on my side. Facts were on my side.
Who has it better here in America, men or women?
Women.
Let me think about this.
Because women can decide whether or not they want to give life or take life, and they'll be applauded for it.
Well, then why are women still fighting for rights if they got it?
Because you're crazy.
Good time for a brick, huh?
Crazy.
We got more to talk about, man. We're gonna pick up right with that, because I need to ponder that. That's a good one. Who has it better here in America, men or women? You going with women?
Yeah, simple.
Because the fact that they get to decide life.
That's one of the main factors.
That's high on the list. Yeah. Like, y'all get to decide life.
Yeah, but think about it. Most of the hard jobs men have to do. Women don't have to do the same jobs men do. You know what I mean? Like,
talk about labor-intensive jobs.
Jobs that make the world go round, like power grids and heavy machinery,
architecture.
Yeah, you don't see
skyscrapers.
You don't see women fucking skyscrapers, and you don't see that. You don't see women down in sewage, like cleaning all that shit up, or doing pipelines, oil pipelines.
Is it because men are blocking them from those jobs?
No. No. Women can do the same jobs. They just choose not to.
Because men are physically stronger. Jesus Christ.
I don't know if you should say that in this day and age.
Maybe says men are physically stronger.
I wouldn't say that because there
we
are.
Just look at the anatomy of men and women.
There are some women.
There's a handful of women who do those jobs, but in general, very laborious jobs, women aren't equal to men physically. It's a fact.
So what about trans men?
Oh shit.
No, trans. I'm just saying in general.
What about trans women?
Physically aren't the same strength.
So are trans men stronger than traditional men? See, is that
there we go.
No, there's exceptions to that too. There's probably very small, tiny men that I could be stronger than, but in general, if you want to go with the norm, men are stronger than women.
Yeah, I mean that's a fact. I mean you can't. That's an absolute fact.
And if you're one of the people to believe that having a penis doesn't make you a man, or having a vagina doesn't make you a woman, then you're cuckoo for.
But not all, but most women believe they're stronger than men.
Physically,
mentally, financially.
I wouldn't say I don't come across a lot of women that
all these liberal women, we can do what men can do. We don't need men. There's a bunch of people that feel that way. That's where the world's going.
Bryson, where do people can follow you at? Deliver all the hate mail.
Instagram, Mr. BD Bell. Instagram. You can message me on Facebook.
Yes.
Bryson Bell.
Right.
I'm open book.
Most women still want yours.
Yes, we're gonna come back and talk about that. That's good. If you're enjoying the pod so far, subscribe, comment, share, drop. And we're gonna talk about you got some plans for the show, man. You trying to carry the torch from a very prominent figure who is no longer with us. And I want to get your thoughts and opinions of what you got planned, with that. We'll be right back here on Talk Podcast.
I'm that man, don't you understand? From the water clan. In my hand, in my pocket, shawty got a couple grand. Look, shawty say she wanna go to the beach. She talking Miley said. Oh, none for me, thank you, but I understand. Hey, look, shawty, tell him that I'm that man. I'm that man, don't you understand? From the water clan. In my hand, in my pocket, shawty got a couple grand. Look, shawty say she wanna go to the beach. She talking Molly said. Oh, no, for me, thank you, but I understand. And let's shawty tell him that I'm that man. Holy grail, make my cup run it over. Yeah, I know the story. She say Poseidon, please don't show ignorance when you talking glory. Okay, I understand history is important, but shout it don't bore me. All this water height, you cannot find Dory. I'm eating them platters from my lorry. Codeine crazy, I don't know if I feel like Future always a baby. All this much, they sound like I'm a fud. I will take you later. Ever since a kid, my dad had told me, son, better not be lazy. My Susano stay around for my safety. She said, I noticed you've been using it lately. Michelangelo, that tainted yellow, I can't help to pour it. She said, Poseidon, I don't like you in this state, but I will endure it. She not a quitter, she know that I'm that nigga, and she will secure it. You lame ass niggas might as well go and forfeit. Don't make me turn your wife to my little whore. I'm that man, don't you understand? From the water clan. In my hand, in my pocket, shawty got a couple grand. Look, shawty say she wanna go to the beach. She talking Miley said. Oh, nothing for me, thank you, but I understand. Hey, look, shawty tell him that I'm that man. Mind your business, I don't care what the deal is. Shawty stay in your lane. She know what real is, I can tell she can feel this. I said, yeah, he goes pain. All of this water, like the way gang, baby, don't gonna know my name. I know a lot of things can change the time frame, but shawty say I understand that times change. I'm a young nigga and I ain't gonna cap. Shout out, I want your bitch sister. She bad and bougie, sometimes she made me take my grill out just to kiss her. She my little sunshine, my little ray of hope. That's why they all diss her. You better cool it down, cause I'm not a misser. I had to shoot his ass cause he a bad listener. I'm that man, don't you understand? From the water clan. In my hand, in my pocket, shawty got a couple grand. The shawty say she wanna go to the beach, she talking Miley sad. Oh, nothing for me, thank you, but I understand. Hey, let's out there tell him that I'm that man. I'm that man, don't you understand? From the water clan. In my hand, in my pocket, shawty got a couple grand. Let's out there say she wanna go to the beach, she talking Miley.
And just like that, we're back. Just like that. The power of editing. Nobody has no idea what just happened. Oh, thank you for that. I don't know why. We finally got some light.
Oh, there we go.
All right. It's going to look better. The power of editing. And just like that, we're back. Just like that. The power of editing. Nobody has no idea what just happened. Oh, thank you for that. I don't know why. We finally got some light.
Oh, there we go.
All right. It's going to look better.
I'm sure you can edit it to make it look more.
Thank you. we just got some light up in here. All right. Damn. We were just having this woman-man debate thing. Or kind of like, not a debate, but a little back and forth. Who has it better, men or women? And you said women in America.
Yeah.
I think men do.
Why?
Because we got all the power, man.
Do we?
We control a lot of shit. I don't think it's equal. I think men are, for those, because Amy's not mic'd up. She said she thinks it's equal. I think that's wishful thinking. So I don't think it's equal. Man, we have it. We control a lot of fucking laws that get passed. We pass the legislation.
Women could.
They could, but
take the positions.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
No one's stopping them.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like right now, because men are prominently in those positions. That's why I say right now, I believe that men are running the direction of this country because they're in those power positions. There's not too many women, but I think to Amy's point, if more women start to get in those big power positions, I'm talking about more than just being a CEO of a company, more than just being an entrepreneur, more than just, hey, I got my master's and my PhD degree.
There you go.
More of that. Once we get more of that, then I think, as you say, the equal will happen. But as it stands right now today, I think men, like, we're still holding those prominent power positions. I think.
In general, women rule more from emotion and make decisions. I know there's always exceptions, but men don't normally do that. I've worked with men and women over my career, and men are better at separating, compartmentalizing personalities and making decisions.
So is it
get emotional often?
So is it better that men need to be in those positions that shouldn't be emotionally driven? It's like, we don't know if a woman should be in this position because she's going to get pissed one day and have a bad fight with her husband and come into work the next day and fuck everything up.
I think that's I'm not saying that. Yeah. I'm saying certain women possess the ability to do that, and those women should step forward and can step forward. No one's stopping them.
Gotcha.
But women have babies. They were really designed by creation to raise children.
Be nurturing. Yeah.
And people don't believe that that's okay, but we have the body parts to prove it.
Yeah.
We can nurse babies. We can birth babies. We need your help.
Yeah.
Women were made to be nurturing and not different roles.
Gotcha. Go ahead, Bryson.
Yeah, and you said men are the ones that are in power that are making the laws, and
that's right.
Keep in mind, men since they're the ones in power, they're the ones that are making these laws that are fucking over other men. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
The whole child support system.
For 13 years.
Yeah, men made those laws.
Or were they pressured by the women to have to make them?
No, men made those laws to benefit women. Same with abortion. Men made these laws to benefit women, giving them the right to abortion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it's
so you still give it to women, huh? Women have it better here in America?
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah. It's a well-known fact.
Yes.
Well-known fact.
problem with the pronouns.
Even now, even if you look at the transgender thing, like these these men are taking over women's sports. You know what I mean?
Wasn't it just a fight where the dude pummeled the shit out of a woman?
Right, yeah. Right. But no women, right, but most women aren't even like speaking up against it. You know what I mean? And these are laws that men made. You know what I mean? And women are, like I said, if they really wanted to do something about it, they could.
I think these laws, most of these like laws is getting passed because like these movements are putting so much pressure on them to make them have to like give them something like, all right, damn, here, you want your pronouns here, here, just shut up here, just take it.
It's never enough.
I think if the outrage wasn't as it is, and the how these movements are like, they're gaining fucking ground. Yeah. Like this whole cancel culture shit, those movements, like if you want to acknowledge it or not, they got power, they got some pull. Like these movements, they done gain a lot of fucking pull, so it puts pressure on those people at the top to be like, oh shit, they galvanized down there. We give them what they want. Shut them the fuck up, because they climbing up, they get close, boy. We don't like it. We don't like it.
And the thing about it is, it's not improving anything. Nothing's getting better from it. I mean, look at Uncle Ben. They took Uncle Ben off the box of rice. Aunt Jemima. She was a black millionaire. They took her off. I mean, what has that done? Made the country better.
I think it's empowered.
What has that accomplished?
Empowered black women and men to do those two things. You think most black men and women really cared? How much time did you spend thinking about that?
That's what I'm saying, is because I think what happens is with these, pick or choose whatever movement you want to see, whatever movement is created is because that group of people wants something.
Exactly.
So they do this, they cause all this commotion, they go out here, riot, or have these protests.
Burn, murder, loot.
I know he's going to do that. They do all this stuff. They start these organizations and they start doing what they do.
It's like cicadas.
Right. Right.
Like locusts.
So like what happens is like now you gotta acknowledge their movement. You gotta, yes, we hear you. We hear your voices. We hear what's being said. We care. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. We're going to show y'all that we're listening and we're paying attention. And then the stuff that's changed or that they doing, most people, if you're in that group, it's not like it's like we wasn't even like
we're over here. Like, why are y'all like
syrup? Like you think we was fighting about syrup and Mr. Ben?
Yeah.
You know what? We'll take it. Thank you.
Right. Then they go to the next thing.
Yeah, because like eventually you get tired. You're going to get tired from being out there all day, every night. Right. These motherfuckers got jobs. Right. Like at the end of the day, y'all are working class people. Right. You ain't gonna be out there. You gonna throw your life away and stand in front of City Hall? So go ahead. You got kids, don't you? Get your ass, you dumbass. You out here fighting for a box of syrup or a box of rice or whatever. No, you're not. You're not. But what I think people don't understand as far as like these groups and shit, and this may sound bad, but you're never really going to get the change that you want. They're going to give you enough to quiet you. I don't think, because the goals and whatever they're envisioning is so vast, they want to change the whole world. They want to be acknowledged by the entire world. Well, your fight is not that important to most people in the world. It's only that subgroup of people's fight. You think, like there's allies. Obviously, we need allies. Like, hey, I need Mexican people to ride with me. I need Indians. I need the Asians. I need the Puerto Ricans. I need the Spanish. We need white. We need everybody on board. But then the Asians like, yo, hold up. We getting slaughtered over here too. What about us? Then the black people like, well, the cops are fucking us up. What about us? Then you got that community. Then you got everybody is just like, you can't please them all, so you just give them a little bit here. It's like, you can't, the ultimate goal. I think everybody's trying to shape the world just for how they see it. Yeah. Like, this matters, and I want everyone to acknowledge that. The whole world needs to recognize my people's plight. Okay, then what? All right, like you got what you want now. What the whole world is black now, or the whole world is Asian, or whatever the case may be. So all these groups, man, I don't think that what they're really trying to fight for is something that they're ultimately going to achieve or get. You may gain a little ground because, like I said, they movements are strong. People are watching, but I don't think the ultimate thing that with their actor is going to be 100% met. You're going to get little nuggets here and there. That's just my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I think ultimately people just want other people to make them feel good instead of going out there and being the change they want to see in the world.
Acknowledgement.
Exactly. They just want other people to do things for them. They want it handed to them.
Yeah.
Go out there and fucking make moves, man. It's chess moves, not checkers.
Yeah.
Go out there and do it.
Right. Do you believe still I should get a gun?
Absolutely. You don't have a gun yet?
I remember this last time you told me in the pod. You told me I need to get a gun.
I'm gonna give you one.
You gonna give me? Don't give me. I'll drive back to Columbus. Whoop whoop. Oh fuck, Bryson. Philadelphia, man. Shot and kill. I'm out there, trying to fuck you, cop. Can't even pull my shit correctly. Thanks a lot, Bryce.
Right. Yeah, you gotta get you a gun, man.
You think so?
I'm surprised you don't have one yet.
You know what?
It's taking you so long.
Let me tell you this story. I don't know why. Because I'm old school in this mentality. So people who've been listening to the pod or know me, they know I'm from Philly. So I was brought up with you throw those hands. You get out there, you win some, you lose some. So I'm still the only person that's probably in the world. And if a man got static with me, we go out, we throw those hands, may the best man win. Ain't nobody fighting no more today, man. Yeah. Motherfuckers pulling out the blicky.
Right.
Blah, 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 blah.
Simple as that. Go home, eat dinner.
So I'm still a dinosaur when it comes to that mentality. And also, I'm starting to understand that the world's crazy today. You look at all these mass shootings that's happening, which is so sad, man. Like, I'm starting to obviously look at how the world is becoming now. Everybody's this whole bare arms thing and guns and all that stuff. Like, I don't want to be in a situation to where someone is trying to gun me down and I'm like, nah, homie. The fuck I look like? He gonna smoke me.
Like the insurrection.
He gonna smoke me. Yeah.
Insurrection.
Yeah.
With no guns.
Yeah.
Toting redneck. Racist,
Yeah, man. Like, I don't want to get caught or jammed up when I'm not ready, and I'm trying to be on some old school.
Right.
No, this Philly motherfucker, like throw your shit. That motherfucker pull out the double barrel,
right.
Smoke my dumb ass.
So let me ask you this, man. So
help me, help me change my traditional Philly fight to
right.
Get the damn gun.
Right. Okay. So what happens if you're just at home, you're sleeping, and two people break in your house, and they're armed.
Both.
They're both armed. Then what? What do you do?
I ain't making it out there. I'm getting smoked.
Cause why?
They got guns and I don't.
Exactly. So
it ain't no fair one.
Is it better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it?
It's better to have it and to then not need it. Because you want to be it's like I say, it's better to be ready than not be ready. Because I always looked at it like, I don't need a gun. Because I'm thinking the offensive. I'm not thinking defensively with it. I'm thinking I'm not going out here to harm people, but I have to train my brain now to think defensively with it. So I think, because the whole narrative about guns is all guns is bad. All guns do is kill people, and you look at all the gun violence and all that stuff, and you look at those, and it's like, I don't want to be the one doing the killing. Unless you're a fucking animal, then yeah. But I'm not like that. So I always looked at it like, I'm not a violent dude. I got no reason to be just shooting people up. I'm not a stick man. I'm not sticking people up. I earn my money the hard way. Blah, 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 whatever. So I always just looked at it from that point, like there's no reason for that to be offensive with it. But now I'm starting to understand, like, no one's telling you get a gun to go out there and be a fucking murderer. Defend yourself, you dumbass. Right. I'm like, Yeah. So I'm still getting to that mindset, like, in most cases, because obviously there's fucking animals and psychos out there who just get a gun and they start fucking going crazy. Yeah. But also, I understand that it's the protection and the defensive thing, and I assume that's what your gun plethora is for. Or are you just a fan of just guns?
I like guns. I also like to be ready. I like to, be ready to defend myself if I have to.
Yes.
But,
so, when you out, do you always you ready?
Yeah. I'm always strapped. I'm always ready for the most part.
Out in public.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But you also got to keep in mind though, like they talk about how violent guns are and all the violent people with guns, but they never talk about all the lives guns have saved. All the people who have been able to defend themselves and their family with their gun. They never talk about that. You know what I mean? So you got to put things in perspective, man. You got to look at both sides. You got to look at all the facts. Look at the big picture. Or are they talking about all the lives that guns save?
Yeah.
So
interesting. Yeah. I may come around.
And you work hard, but there's always someone out there who is jealous, sees you working hard, see you getting the things that you've earned, and they just want to take it because it's easy. It was hard for you to get, but it's gonna be even easier for them to get to take from you because
they ready.
They are.
They are, and I'm not
taking from you.
Dang.
All that hard work you put in could be gone just like that. Just like that.
Damn. Have you ever? And obviously, I'm not trying to ask you to incriminate yourself. Have you had to use it ever?
No, I've never had to use it.
Never had to use your weapon.
No, never. But I love guns. I love firearms. I love my Second Amendment.
Yeah.
It's just you may get a gun and just realize that hey, I love shooting. I love going to the range.
Yeah.
I love taking them apart, putting them back together.
Yeah.
And you'll get what they call gun fever.
Gun fever.
You buy your first gun, you shoot it, and you're just like, I love this. I need another one.
I need another one.
Yeah, you may end up becoming like a gun lover,
gun connoisseur,
just because you just love the way they're made and what they can do, and then next thing you know, I mean, it may end up saving your life one day.
So what do we make sense of all these mass shootings, man, that are going on? Buffalo, dude, literally went there to target all black people and live streamed it. Like, it's obviously, we can't protect everyone, obviously, and you can't just assume everyone is a fucking crazy person with the gun. You being, obviously, you're more experienced in that field than I am, so obviously I'm gonna defer this to you. Is there a way that this whole gun thing can somehow be fixed or regulated, or what can we do in that space?
It's already regulated.
Is it? God damn!
It's already regulated.
This is regulation.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You have
Does it seem like anybody could just get one, and you just go to wherever and bow?
But majority of people aren't doing that. There's just a certain amount of people that are doing that. You have your background checks, your FBI background checks, and I mean they're not going to catch every bad crap. You know what I mean? But some people are just sick like that, man. Sick in the head. You know what I mean? And they do sick things, and I don't know why they do it. Do they even know why they do it? It's just it's unfortunate that it happens, but it does happen, and we have the enough laws in place to regulate it. It's just you can't get them all. Just like criminals are going to commit crimes.
Yes.
I mean, it's just the way it is. Criminals don't care about your gun laws. They don't care about laws, period. That's why they're criminals. You know what I mean? And most of them, you don't even know they're criminals until they actually commit the act. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, but a majority of gun owners are good people. They're not out there looking to cause harm. They're looking to defend themselves if need be.
Yeah.
But you got certain people that go out there and do crazy shit, and then they're labeled. The media labels everybody who owns a gun as like this person. They could potentially be like this person.
Yeah,
it's not the truth. It's propaganda.
About how many guns you own now? Rough number.
15. Maybe.
15 guns. Is it a goal number you're trying to get at?
As many as I can. As many as I can. If I got flamethrowers,
flamethrowers. See, somebody would say, "Why do you need that? Like, why?"
Because America, bitch. Because America. That's why. Because I can.
Yes. All right, man. You have a show idea in mind that you hit me behind the scenes about. We lost a very a man who was definitely not a beta, and Kevin Samuels, who came into a space in a time where he definitely touched a lot of people's nerves, mainly obviously women. And you told me that you want to carry on that torch, and that you had this idea for a show that you want to start, because obviously Kevin Samuel was a very controversial fella, but he stood on what things he spoke on, in terms of women, and a lot of his stuff is the modern woman. First of all, why for you do you want to piggyback off what he's done? Obviously, you're a controversial fella. You're not scared to talk about anything. But what was it about Kevin Samuels that, and I probably have a good idea why.
Why? Tell me why.
Because y'all kindred spirits.
Okay.
What about Kevin Samuels that made you want to be like, that's it right there. That's the lane I want right there.
He gave no fucks.
Of course.
He gave no fucks. Man.
You love it.
I mean, he stated the facts.
He had his facts.
And if you didn't like it, stop calling. But people kept calling.
I never understood it.
They kept calling, but it's like,
I like, y'all must like the abuse, or like what, like the man just told you that you're fat, overweight, you'll never get married. You're like, but this is just the girl from last week, and he'll hit the sound effect. I'm like, why y'all? I'm like, y'all literally, women made that man what he was.
Yes. And
crazy.
A lot of people don't realize that he started off talking about men the way he talks about women. He started doing that with men first, but nobody cared.
Once he got on the women,
once he started saying the same things to women, that's when he became controversial. That's when he exactly. But here's what I'm saying, and this proves my point.
Yes,
when he said things like that to men had no choice but to suck it up and improve, find a way to get better, build your value, increase your value in the marketplace.
Yeah, they didn't call back like, yo, you said my dick was too small, G.
Exactly right.
I think I'm quite average.
Right.
So
exactly. And nobody cared. Nobody attacked Kevin Samuels. Nobody said he was gay. Nobody spread rumors. But the moment he said to a woman, "You're overweight." Oh, he's gay. Oh, he don't really like black women. He's insecure about himself. He's a fag. He's that.
He hates women.
Exactly. And everybody defended those women. Mm-hmm. Men and women defended those women.
Yeah. Well, because we want to fuck women. That's why. Because they have pussies.
Yeah, that's my point. They have more power.
No, sweetie, you just found the way you are. You are not fat, love. What you doing tomorrow? Dinner?
Right. That's my point. They have more rights because of that slit between their legs.
Because of the vagina.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Amy.
That's just hardcore stuff right there.
Yeah, we talking now. This Cloth Talk Podcast. You know how we give it up? It's the truth.
I mean, really, it's really just saying that men are weaker than women, that we have power over you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
So that's sad on you guys.
Yeah, because it's true. Like,
if you believe that.
Yeah, of course. But if you really look at it, like mostly men do the things that they do to get women.
But do they, like Kevin Samuel said, are they marrying this woman? Are they having futures with this woman? That's what
puts
women off.
Of course not.
Because women think they're hot stuff if they can go out and get laid, which just about any female, if you're slim enough to walk.
Yeah, majority of women, they're getting a dick thrown at them every day. So it's like,
whether it's a quality,
it's a whole different ballgame. Everybody's trying to like,
anybody can get laid.
Yeah. So let's. All right. So the idea of what's your show? So what you got planned, man? What are you trying to do? Talk to us about what you got in the works. What you trying to get going?
I just want to talk about facts. I mean, I really wanted to focus on father's rights. That's really where I wanted to start the podcast
because you beat
with.
the system.
Yeah,
man, hallelujah.
But in order to get to that point, you have to increase your value in the marketplace, and that's really what I wanted to focus on. And then I also wanted to share that with women as well. If you want certain things, you got to increase your value in the marketplace. And like Kevin said, your value to men isn't your PhD, it isn't your degrees, it isn't your house or your car or how much money you have, because you're not going to spend that on us anyway. You know what I mean? That was his point. Like, you can have all this, doesn't mean you're going to use it on us. You did that for yourself. And you potentially lost Mr. Right, your husband, by pursuing that. It's not wrong that you pursued that, but don't get mad now that you have it and you don't have the man. Yeah, you done essentially progressed your way out the game. Exactly. Like, you done achieved so much. Exactly. Right. Now the pool is shorter. Exactly. Up there. And you're older.
You're older. I got away from anything that he said.
No.
Took it away from
you're not a man.
He thought women's expectations, like you were this 35-year-old woman with 2 or 3 kids by 2 or 3 different men, and you maybe had an associates, and you were driving a bus. That you thought you should nab that, heart surgeon. Yeah, this $1 million man. $600,000 a year, when that man has plenty of younger, options, prettier, smarter. He doesn't have to bring all that baggage with him. His point was just, you got to be pretty fucking special to pull that off. Yeah, then it's like a man of value. Right, and then that's right. Then it's like, well, who are you to tell me I can't have that man? But he was true. Exactly. He was speaking truth.
Yeah. And he would say, well, what can you offer that a woman with no kids and has the degree and has the youth, like, what can you do that she can't do? Like, why should he go with you? And the looks. And the looks.
He was big on looks.
Yeah, he was. He always asked, like, so what's your dress size?
What do you think you are on a scale from 1 to 5?
Yeah, without saying 7. You can't say 7.
But the key question that not 100% of women couldn't answer is what can you do that a woman that's younger than you, more fit than you, with no kids, what do you have to offer to make this high value man want you compared to this one who's younger and better looking, no kids? So they can never answer that question. Yeah, because I got a PhD.
Right. You start throwing out these.
But he often bantered with women that didn't even understand what he was saying to them, so that was kind of got pathetic.
Yeah, but it's not his fault.
Smart women wouldn't have been calling him.
Right. Well, smart women did call him.
I wouldn't call him. He would have tore my ass up one side and down the other. I wouldn't call him.
Right, I'm good.
And since he's not here anymore,
right, like, you got it.
Yeah, since he's not here anymore, then now it's my turn to do that.
So you gonna take over you gonna keep Kevin Samuels alive.
Well, not so much keep him alive.
You ready to be the most hated man in America?
But it's not so much the man; it's his philosophy, because he's dead, but the truth lives on. You can't kill the truth. The truth didn't die with him. Yeah. He died, but the truth didn't die with him.
You know what was dark about that whole thing? Like, that it's not funny, but I'm not surprised by it. When he passed, his death was celebrated. That shit was by black people. That shit, like, tripped me out. I'm like, wow, like, people are celebrating this man's death. Like, it's publicly, like, you're posted up, glad that motherfucker's dead, and just the hateful shit that people said about that dude. Like, when he died, I was like,
he said really hateful things to people.
He did?
Truth or not, there's a way to say things that they're not.
Yeah, I think
he was very condescending.
No, well,
he was sassy as fuck too. Yeah. That motherfucker was sassy as fuck.
And also, he didn't use euphemisms, and that's the thing. People are so used to these euphemisms where, you use words that sound nicer. Yeah. You know what I mean, rather than just saying what it is.
Well, you're good, but you have some areas that you can improve on.
So you think it wasn't necessarily the message; it was the way he conveyed his message.
100%. You can tell someone to go to hell and make them think that you gave them a compliment or didn't insult them.
Okay.
But people kept calling in, though.
Because other people like us like watching the idiots.
Right. So let's say if his delivery was different, would he been more likable?
No.
I think he wouldn't have been popular because people don't want that. People want
the brash, the harsh,
people,
just
oh, look at her, look at that fat ass thinking she's so hot, laughing at him. That's how people are.
Yeah.
Not everybody,
of course,
but you and
the
I
large,
know that
but yeah.
when you get people worked up or making fun of people, people sucking up. They don't want to see people getting along.
Right. They love the drama.
Yeah.
They love the drama.
He stirred it up, so he intentionally did it, and it worked.
Yeah. Got a name for the show, Bryson? That you trying to have? You got a name yet?
Call Talk.
Dang it! So take my shit. Call Talk 2.0.
Call Talk with the K.
You piece of shit. God damn. So you done got that fucking truck out there. The head that got Call Talk with the K. Oh shit, that's funny. Well, I think that's dope that you're gonna do that and embark on it. Like I said, I got your back. whatever I can help you with, as far as like setting your show up, how to run a show, how to edit, post, whatever shit you need to learn how to do. Because I'm interested to see this show.
Thank you.
I think you're going to do phenomenal with it because you're already a polarizing figure by just your personality and like how people take to you. As far as like when you come on this show, when people see it, like I said, people always still talk about that episode the last time you was on. So I can only imagine the shit that you will be talking about and how you present the show is definitely going to be like, once again, who the fuck is this dude? Like, who the fuck? Once you get like the grasp of people and they like, no, who is he? Like, who the fuck is he to say this? You got him. Once you get that, you got him. And even if they disagree, they'll just keep coming back.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest shit. It's the weirdest thing. Like because you literally have a choice to not click.
You always have a choice.
Yeah.
You could call it stay in your fucking lane.
Stay in your fucking
He
lane.
always says that to me.
Oh, dude, that's like one of your catchphrases.
I don't use a curse word. I just say stay in your lane. See, that's what women do. Put words in your mouth.
No response.
Stay in your lane.
Yeah. What else we got to cover, man? I think we hit it all. Did we hit it all? Do we got more to talk about, Andy? What we got? What else? Am I missing something?
Yeah, Black Lives Matter is a racist organization.
Go ahead. This all will be edited.
No, go
ahead.
I don't hear anything.
Black Lives Matter is a racist organization.
Quiet down now.
Founded by a bunch of fat black lesbians.
True that.
And that's the truth.
I should say
And where are they now? Making millions of dollars buying mansions.
I was about to say, well, didn't
buying mansions right
the
now.
quote unquote founder came out that she spent all these millions on? She bought that house.
Where they at, y'all? Where they at?
They quiet now.
in a white
Right.
neighborhood.
Oh, she's living good.
Yeah.
All that donation money. This is for the cause.
Burn, loot, murder.
Yeah.
That's what it stands for.
Burn, loot, murder. Jesus Christ, man.
I just had to get that out.
Right. I'm trying to think what other shit.
Oh, and Trump really won. Trump really won.
How?
I just gotta get those out.
Okay, because you were starting to remember that.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter. Trump really won because you said Trump was going to get reelected, and obviously he didn't.
He didn't, but we know he really won.
They votes the ballot because at the end they had the melon.
Yeah. 2,000 Mules. Yeah, that's the movie that goes over that. Talks about that, the fraud, the voter fraud, and whatnot.
Yeah.
2,000 Mules.
2,000 Mules.
Yeah.
God damn. What else did you say, man? You said so much shit, man. Oh, victim mentality.
You're gonna edit all this shit out.
Yep. No, it's not. the whole last.
He's gonna edit all that out. Lesbian.
Oh, how do we feel about the pronouns?
I don't really.
You care?
It's ridiculous, man. I don't even know where to start.
They, her.
How many are there? Like, when does it stop?
I don't know. It seems like it just keeps getting like.
You got men beating the shit out of women in cages. You got men dressed up as women, winning swimming championships and track, and it's just like we don't know what's what. Men can go in the girls' bathrooms. You got drag reading classes with kids, drag queens reading to little kids. You got pride parades and kids showing up to those, and you just pedophiles. They don't want to be held accountable for being pedophiles, and it's just man, it's
a crazy time we living in, man. Like, there's so much going on in the world today that trying to make sense of it, you just can't. You just can't make sense of all this different shit going on, like politically, and then all these movements.
Gas is $10 a gallon.
Jesus.
Everybody has to be happy that Johnny won.
Oh, Johnny Depp.
That's the trial. That shit was hilarious. That trial, that had to be the most hilarious trial I've ever seen. That shit
the whole
was.
thing could have been planned out.
That shit was hilarious.
All for entertainment.
Yeah.
You never done.
Oh, and
shout
one
out
more
to Johnny.
thing. Yeah. Shout out to Johnny. And
go ahead.
I want to say Epstein did not kill himself. Epstein did not kill himself.
Interesting. Talk about the insurrection.
The insurrection.
Oh, you should come talk about that. I don't really
put me up on game. What happened?
I mean, do you really believe that a bunch of people showed up to overthrow the government and didn't bring any firearms, or they brought flagpoles and somebody saw a hatchet? We're just saying. I mean, you don't have to answer that, but I'm just saying there's no way I believe that this was a well orchestrated takeover when nobody had a gun. How you gonna overthrow the government? Hit them with your stick.
Yeah, and there's videos of security guards letting the people in the building, so they won't talk about that.
Right. It just kind of went away.
Smoke and mirrors, man.
Oh, no, at all. I mean, they're starting off the hearings. I'm just saying that as a logical, intelligent
nothing
person,
happened. Yeah.
Do you think if you were planning a big takeover of our government, that you would say everybody show up, don't bring guns?
Yeah.
We're just gonna punch them and kick them. And we're gonna force them. I mean, it's laughable. It's completely laughable.
Man, what a time we're living in, yo. Like, this shit is crazy, man. This shit is crazy.
Comparing it to 9/11 and Pearl Harbor and Pelosi and OAC.
Man, that's wild, man. Anything else before we get up out of here, Bryson?
Nah, this is great, man. I'm so happy to see you again. It's
of
been
course, man.
3 years.
3 years.
I see we both grown a lot, and we're both enjoying life a lot more.
Are you disappointing me that I'm not married anymore?
I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you, man. Congratulations.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you that you got a divorce in your asterisk, you motherfucker. Every time you fill out a paperwork, you gotta put divorce. I'm happy for you.
hey, man, but you're very, very young. You're in your masculine energy, and that's where you want to be at all times. So that's why I say congratulations, because you weren't in your masculine energy when you were married. So
I was. That was the problem.
You said you were? Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I got you. Yeah. So, but yeah, man, you're free.
I'm free. Yeah,
that's what it feels like. You're free. You were in your masculine energy. You just weren't allowed to express it.
There you go.
You didn't allow yourself to express it.
Very true.
Personal accountability.
Very true.
Hey, you taking accountability for that, and now you're. So I'm very proud of you, man.
Yes. Any advice to me?
Enjoy life.
Yes. Same thing my father told me. Enjoy life.
Enjoy life.
Oh boy, should I make the announcement of what I got planned?
Sure.
I think I should hold that.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Before we started recording, what did I say?
Oh.
Okay. I should hold that one, right?
No, go ahead.
That's a big announcement, though.
Okay, yeah. You should have like a special show for that.
I'll announce it on your show when you start your show.
Never. Which means never. He knows it too.
He's never gonna start the show. What the fuck? We spent 15 minutes talking about a show that's not gonna happen.
Oh, man.
You gotta make the show happen.
Yeah,
man.
I will. We'll make it happen.
I hope so.
We'll make it happen.
Listen, man. Even if you start it and it doesn't go the way you planned, at least you can say you started it or tried. Because you never know what may happens. You never know what may happens, man.
You're right.
So write that shit out, figure it out, make it happen.
Okay. Let's do it.
Yeah, man, do it. All right, man. Let them know where they can find you at, Bryson, again.
Instagram, Mr. BD Bell, and Facebook, Bryson Bell.
Mm-hmm. Oh, tell them about your Facebook group. Don't make the black kids angry.
Oh yeah, don't make the black kids angry. It's a private group.
Where you literally make the black kids angry.
Yeah, I literally make black people angry.
Yeah. Tell them the type of shit you be posting on there.
I just post a lot of things that the media won't cover.
Mm-hmm.
You know, mass shootings in black neighborhoods, Chicago, St. Louis, Cincinnati. Just a lot of things that the media won't cover because they don't want to be called racist. I don't have a problem with posting those things. So I post the truth. I post the facts.
The 17-year-old white male just beat to death by 3 black men.
Where was that, in Texas?
Akron, Ohio.
Akron, Ohio. Yeah. So I post stuff like that. I post
he
things.
wasn't affiliated with them.
Yeah, I post things about the double standards. Like Tony Tempa, George Floyd. They both literally died at the hands of cops. But one. They had riots and they created new laws for George Floyd, and people made millions of dollars. He gets a gold casket, horse and carriage. Where Tony Tempa, he died by cops were laughing at him on video as they had their knee on his neck. He died the same way.
Search that video.
Yeah, look up Tony Tempa. Yeah. But George Floyd, the cops get arrested. One's in jail for life with the Chauvin. He's in jail for life, isn't he?
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah. And the same thing happened to Tony Tempa, and nothing happened to those cops. They're laughing at him as he's dying, and you don't hear anything about Tony Tempa. So look up Tony Tempa.
Yeah.
So I talk about things like that, and that don't make the black kids angry, because things like that make them angry. When you point out the double standards, that's what I do.
Point out the double standards. Jesus Christ. Bryson Bell, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, what else can I say? This has been another episode of Cloth Talk Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, more importantly, if you dislike or like Bryson Bell, still follow him anyway. Either way.
Or come see me.
Yeah, or pull up. He's with all the smoke. Don't be looking for no fist fight like my dumb ass.
Oh yeah. I got a flamethrower for your ass.
He was smoking. See, if I was one of those kids, I'd be like, yeah, what's up? Come outside, punk motherfucker.
Flamethrower. Fucking zombie apocalypse. Ready.
You ready? Man. I really hope no one tries you, yo, because you really got all these fucking guns. It's gonna be bad.
Sir.
That's not good, man.
Black Rambo.
Do you think you have it in you to take a man's life?
Yes. If I had to.
You said that way too comfortably.
Yes. If I had to, yes.
Jesus.
If I had to. Self-defense.
And self-defense. We'll end it on this note. Since you said white women, do women get mad at you, black women, that you don't date them or like them?
I date them. It just doesn't really work out too well.
Mm-hmm. You do better with the white woman.
I wouldn't say I do better with them.
They understand you.
Things work out better.
So you do better with them.
I don't have to pay for weave. I don't have to pay to get their nails done.
Manis and petties.
I don't have to pay for none of that. She's self-sufficient like a cat.
Yeah. It's comparable to a cat. Jesus. So the white woman is easier to maintain. That's what you're saying.
She can maintain herself. She doesn't.
The cost is low.
Yeah. Exactly. Or no cost at all.
Yes.
You know? I don't have to take her out to go on dates, and I don't have to, like I said, I don't have to pay for manicures, pedicures. I don't do none of that shit.
Yes.
She can do it. Yeah, but I'm not taking you out every week or every night.
Like it's a demand.
Yeah, like it's
you ain't taking me out in a week now. What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, I don't have to fight for pussy. I just say, get on the floor.
Damn, that easy.
I don't have to like swoo her.
Man, you dropped it like that?
I don't have to get her hair done first.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
I don't have to deal with Miss Independent. You know.
Yeah.
All that masculine energy shit. I don't have to deal with that with them.
So are you saying that I should go ahead and try to swing with the white woman? Grab a white woman?
I think you do that already.
This is true.
You don't even tell you that.
This is very accurate. I do enjoy it.
What kind of question is that?
I don't know. But I've never been in or if you say like a serious committed relationship with any other woman but a black woman. All my relationships has been with black women. I've never been in a serious thing with a white woman.
So how'd that turn out?
As you can see, I'm divorced. I'm a divorced man. Oh, damn, you gonna make our women listeners turn against me, you motherfucker. All that be edited out. All this stuff over here. This all get edited out. I gotta protect my brand, motherfucker. I love all my sisters.
Me too.
You know, it's a funny thing. Another thing people told me about you, they believe that you hate black people.
I hate niggas. I love black people.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
Break it down.
Come on, you know the difference.
Yes.
We all know the difference. All right. We all know the difference.
Yeah, we supposed to wrap this up like 10 minutes ago.
If you don't know the difference, go to YouTube and look up Chris Rock, black people versus niggas.
That'll break it down right there.
That'll break it down for you.
Yeah.
Just listen to Chris Rock. He's going to explain it perfectly to you.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, we finally out. That was 10 minutes ago. We were supposed to wrap up. All right. Anything else?
Enjoy life. Be great. Always move forward. Always show up and take full responsibility for your life.
Yes.
Nothing happens to you. It happens because of you.
Great note to leave on. I like that. All right. See y'all in another episode. Peace.
Wait. Let's get Jerome.